Hello everyone, King Comic here, presenting you with a rather strange video compared to what I usually upload. Today I'm going to be showing you my artwork. I am a concept artist and writer on a indie video game called New Eden. New Eden is an MMORPG game, and I do a lot of concept art, especially with the characters. So I figured to establish my credibility with talking about artwork from professionals that I would show you all that I draw myself. Now, I'm not claiming that I am a great artist. I, on the best days think my stuff is the worst. So please don't judge too harshly. But as always, feedback is more than welcome as long as it's constructive. So, I'm going to be vulnerable here. I'm going to show you my process. So I did some, dirty line work here. You kind of see some colors I did for the coloring, just kind of making sure everything's right here. But I figured I'd do some rough line work here before actually getting into the video. Now, the reason for that is I didn't want to quite go from the blank piece of paper in this video. And the reason for that is I end up with this. I kind of get carried away and I end up with a drawing here that just does not show what I want out of it. So this is a failed concept art. And I didn't want to show you that. I know my process. I do a lot of roughs right away. So what we're going to show you here is we're going to go from this. We're going to do some light boxing. We're going to do some inking. We're going to do some coloring with Copic markers. And some final highlights with a white gel pen. So I hope you all enjoy this video. Without further ado, here it is.
King Comic.
that is some of my artwork. So the game I'm working on, New Eden, is a post-apocalyptic story. What I mean by that is civilization as we know it has ended, life continued on, it had evolved, it had grown into a whole new civilization, and once again reached the brink of annihilation. So it is this fantasy sci-fi world that's kind of a very interesting blend of David Lynch, more specifically Twin Peaks, in terms of dreamlike world where, you know, when you're in a dream, in the narrative, it all makes sense in your head and you're living it and breathing it and its existence. But when you look back at it, it's just this tanglement of imagery and motifs. Now mix that in with, say, like Final Fantasy X or even like Majora's Mask. In terms of a creative process, you know, visually, when I'm designing character work, I'm trying to avoid styles that exist already. I don't want to replicate like a Dark Souls, a Final Fantasy, a Zelda, a Fallout. I'm trying to create this mystical sci-fi world. And when I say I mean I'm not the only one that's part of the visual aspect of this team. But when I'm trying to design things, that's what I keep in mind. And it's a very beautiful game. It's a very nightmarish game, horrific game. It brings all these elements of the idyllic, dreamlike world and this nightmarish hell. Anyways, that's the end of the video here. I really exposed myself. I hope you all enjoyed that. If you want to see more of this kind of content, please let me know. I'm doing tons of artwork almost on a day-to-day basis, so I would be more than happy to show more of it as long as people want to see it. We'll probably get back to the status quo with comic artists and commission showcases and sketch videos, but I can integrate some of this artwork of my own as well. And that is it for today's video. So thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.